Join me as we check out Froghouse Lake. Let's go back up. We've got our classic Yaris. Hold on, I'm all the way zoomed in for no reason. Nice bird's eye of the Yaris. Classic vehicle. We've got the Pepsi on deck. Let's take a look at the sleeping situation. Oh yeah. Get out of here, mosquitoes. Foam, full airbed, fills the whole thing. Nice sleeper bag. 2 of these little stupid blankets that don't even cover a whole human person, but I have 2 of them so we can make it work. Cooler full of nutritious treats, plants. The lesson today, or the lesson I learned this morning, was this berry over here. It is the black twin berry. Aptly named because they always grow in twins, and they grow inside of these, I think the book calls them bracts, like these red, maroon, purpley bracts. And the consensus is that they're basically pretty much edible, but they taste bad. And there's been some anecdotes from native groups who said people who eat these go crazy. I tried one earlier, it just tasted bitter and not very good. So maybe if you eat a handful of them, you'll go crazy. Maybe we'll try that another day, but hey, let's check out this site. All right, now we're gonna go beachcombing along the way, and we will discover why I called this place Froghouse Lake, which is my word for it, not the official word for it, or name for it, I should say. We've already got tons of wildlife teeming about. I believe that is a red-bellied robin over there, catching some bugs. And this whole lake is chock full, I mean, teeming with life. Fish jumping, mosquitoes swarming, dragonflies swooping, the whole 9 yards, really. It's a bug's life here at the Froghouse Lake. Now we are walking the beach at that time of day where rare animals can potentially be spotted. I'm talking moose, I'm talking bears, I'm talking hyenas. What was that? All sorts of rare animals come out at this time of day. Time being 8:20. In fact, I'm the only one here. I might, this might be my last beachcombing trip if we encounter a raging bull moose. Now this is a broken ankle waiting to happen, but if I had a boat or a kayak, I could simply sail my way to the Froghouse. I wouldn't have to risk life and limb climbing on these branches and trees, risk getting eaten alive by Lone Star ticks and all that, Lyme disease and stuff like that. Shout out to all the Lyme. So let's get a good lake shot. And yes, the sky really is that gray, but it's kind of a gradient. Right above it's blue-ish, but those, I don't think that's clouds, I think that's smoke or haze. You can definitely smell the smoke. So the thing you must know about the Froghouse is it's sort of a bring your own supply type of house. Ooh, what is going on? So the plan is to show you guys the Froghouse. I'll walk back, clean my pot that I ate craft dinner out of. Then I'm gonna have to go to sleep eventually. And then when I wake up, I gotta drive down, wash myself in a lake or a creek or something, and head to work. That's right, we're going straight from Froghouse Lake, right back to civilization, right back to the grind. So here is where we're approaching, we're dangerously close to the Froghouse as I round the hill and start the long trek up the mountain. Now the Froghouse is a term conjured by me, sort of a portmanteau of the term frog and outhouse. Hold on. Here's the outhouse. There's the frog. Henceforth, the Froghouse. Insofar as Froghouse Lake. Do you see where I'm going with this? Or do you see where I have went with this? So here is the other spot that you can roll up in your giant RV. Here's the spot where if you're a boomer, you can pull up your giant RV, fire up your 1999 Honda generator, let your giant dogs loose and have them bark and howl all throughout the night and blast your giant LED lights on the side of your camper. So you can do this at this spot. Plenty of room. That's what I'm getting at. This is the open area. Plenty of room. It's cool and all that you've called this Froghouse Lake like you're LARPing being a pioneer or something. No, that's cool, but what's the actual name of this location? What's the actual name? Because it's not Froghouse Lake. That's for true. It's not. There's no way it's Froghouse Lake. You're right, and I'm not going to tell you the name of the spot. Because otherwise it would get blown up. You know, I'm very famous here on the internet. I was pushing it by saying this was in BC. Now there's probably 1 million potential tourists clamoring all over the mountains of this province to find this spot as we speak. And you want me to give them more clues so they can ruin your outdoor experience. Here's the spot. Campfires not allowed. Recreation site. You know, I joke. We like to joke. We like to have fun on the channel. We like to laugh. But at the end of the day, let's get serious. At the end of the day, we gotta protect the beauty that is Froghouse Lake. At the end of the day, at least we gotta conceal its identity a little bit. I know there's gonna be folks out there who are gonna triangulate the mountains, who are gonna track the Pythagorean calculation of these hill slopes, and I can live with that. I can't live with hordes of boomers revving up their fifth wheels and heading for the site. We've got a, what is this? It's probably a handy tool. I don't know. The road in here, though, I will say, it's not good, but at the end of the day, I arrived here in my stock Toyota Yaris, so it's fine. This is Wolverine territory now. This is prime Wolverine territory. Let's have a stop under this. Whoa, what's this? Whoa, I almost missed it. Look, that's a treasure if I've ever seen one. A brake rotor stapled to a tree. You don't see this every day, folks. That's actually so cool. Awesome. So what tree do we have here? Well, it's burnt down. It looks like it's dead and or dying. But from the look of these cones, even a layman can tell you that is a textbook lodgepole pine cone. Notice how it's sort of slanted? Yeah, this one's not a outlier. They're all like that. It's sort of a bizarre trope of the species, but they're all slanted like that. And they only open, those lodgepole pine cones only open in forest fires. That's how they spread. So that's why forest fires are important for the ecosystem. We've got a living stream over here. We've got actual running, honest to goodness running water here. So if you're in a bind, worst comes to worst, you could try and drink this. God only knows if it's like, it's scary. Actually, that was genuine fear when that bird flew away. That was genuine terror. That's a nice lake shot over there. What a time, what a time, what a time, what a time, chilling at Froghouse, what a time. Went to the Froghouse late last night, met a Wolverine and we had a fight. Wolverine bit my arm in half. I just went back to the yard and laughed. Oh, I was in the woods, living in my car. Oh, I was in the woods, living in my car. Turns out I was living in a Yaris and it got pretty far. Oh, I was at Froghouse, sleeping in the Yaris. I was at Froghouse, sleeping in the Yaris. But when I turned the key, the Yaris, it barely started. Stepping over some trees in my DC shoes. Stepping over trees in my DC shoes. Stepping over trees, Lord, I can sing the blues. Oh, last night, I was in my Yaris alone. Oh, last night, I was in my Yaris alone. Lord, a Yaris is good, It's a happy home. If I could only choose one place to stay. Lord, if I could only choose one place to stay. Lord, I'd choose the Yaris, I'd choose that car any day. Went to froghouse, met a dragonfly. He flew away and he went sky high. And he was up in the sky. And it showed him that I was living in a little Toyota. Think I'll spend the day at the froghouse lily pads. Think I'll spend the day at the froghouse lily pads. Lord, I had to ask a fly where all the little frogs were at. Built a house in a Yaris, best thing I've ever seen. Built that house in a Yaris, best thing I've ever seen. Keeps me safe from the bugs, the rain, and the wolverines. Well, he woke up at midnight, had to go and lock the door. Yes, he woke up at midnight, had to go and lock the door. There's a guy outside and he was waving a cutting board. Well, he had that machete right up on the dash. It's true. Yes, he had that machete square up right on the dash. Well, that guy with the cutting board, he left in a flash. He built that house in the Yaris, best thing I've ever seen. It was the house in the Yaris, best thing I've ever seen. Kept him safe from the rain, the wind, and the wolverines.